Alright, quick daytime video just to show the sound system again. I have Premier's subwoofers in the door. They're 8-inch, 150 RMS. I've got Infinity Kappa 6x8 integrated component speakers, 150 RMS. Obviously I have 4, 2 in the doors and 2 in the rear deck. I'm not going to turn it up yet because it sounds like crap on a video, I know that, but just to show you the excursion, I'll turn it up in a moment. Okay. Alright, so the trunk, it's a custom box that I have. It basically takes up the entire trunk, leaves just enough room for the amps in front of the box, and a cargo net, which is the only thing I use in the trunk to store any little items that I have space for. Anyway, it looks pretty smooth, as though it was designed specifically for the car. Damn sun's on my face here. Top of the box I have one of the amplifiers. That's the one for the door subwoofers only. I got P3s, dual 12-inch P3s. I've gone through 2 amps. I have 2 functional 4-channel amps. I was just doing some troubleshooting, so I ended up buying a new amp here. So I have both Fosgate and also Kicker 4-channel that will put out 150 RMS per channel. And then the Fosgate mono amp, and that's Class D amp used for the subwoofers. In the trunk here, and that one puts out about 1500 RMS. Obviously that's split between the 2 subwoofers. So I have a 10 farad Fosgate capacitor here. Kind of looks like an amp. It's got an integrated distribution block. As you can see, the source gauge wire is actually 0 gauge wire, and then I have proprietary wires run throughout. Voltage readout is on the top here. Again, this is idle readout. The engine's not engaged, so it's going to read about 12.4, and engaged engines, as we know, is 14.4. So that little gem there cost about $500 for the capacitor, but I just don't believe in the bullshit capacitors that just look like big tubes and say that they're 30 farads and they're $150. Not buying it. Okay, so I'll show you the power system and then I'll turn it up for a moment. So power system, I have after my yellow top dual post. So I have a distribution block with an integrated voltmeter. The larger wire obviously is a 0 gauge that runs to the capacitor and distributes the power to the system. I have an additional high gauge, it's actually a low gauge, thicker wire, ground because of the load on the system, aside from the factory ground type and factory power runs. Instead of a fuse, I went with a circuit breaker. Circuit breaker, I can simply push the button, flick the switch, and reset it instead of replacing a fuse every time. And if you turn this thing up all the way, it's possible. It's blown a decent amount of fuses, so I don't know. It's a lot of power we're working with, so that's what happens. Alright, I'll turn it up just to show you the excursion, and that will be it. I'm only going to turn it up to about half volume because I have neighbors and I don't want them to call the cops.
I drop in with my face to the wind, spin 180 for the win, but I can't find my
so that's about a third of the volume we could do. If you notice, but the excursion was kind of low on all the speakers, and there's a reason